Hello students, today we are going to read third chapter of Hornbill, Discovering Tut, the saga continues by A.R. Williams. This chapter is about Tutankhamun's death mystery, and he was the last emperor of Egypt. The discovery of Tut's tomb in 1922 inspired many archaeological researchers to guess about what happened to him as he died an early and untimely death. This lesson takes us to Egypt, the land of the pyramids and ancient civilization. Now let's start with the lesson. He was just a teenager when he died, the last heir of a powerful family that had ruled Egypt and its empire for centuries. He was laid to rest, laden with gold, and eventually forgotten. He here refers to King Tut. He was just a teenager when he died. At the time of his death, he was a teenager. The age between 13 to 19, and he was in his late teens. That means he was about 18 or 19 years when he died. The last year of a powerful family that had ruled Egypt. He was the last king of a powerful dynasty that had ruled over Egypt and its empire for centuries. He was laid to rest, laden with gold. And when he died, he was buried, and he was laden with gold means a good amount of gold was kept in his mummy, in his coffin when he was buried, and eventually forgotten, and gradually he was forgotten after being buried. Since the discovery of his tomb in 1922, the modern world has speculated about what happened to him, with murder being the most extreme possibility. His tomb, after his death, his tomb was discovered only in 1922. And since that time, the modern world is guessing. Speculated means they are putting their guesses. They are guessing about what happened to him, what happened to King Tut, with murder being the most extreme possibility. And the most extreme possibility was that he was murdered. Mostly the people thought, they guessed that King Tut was murdered, and that's why he died at such an early age. Now, leaving his tomb for the first time in almost 80 years, Tut has undergone a CT scan that offers new clues about his life and death and provides precise data for an accurate forensic reconstruction of the boyish pharaoh. Now, leaving his tomb for the first time in almost 80 years. He was leaving his tomb after 80 years of his death, because he was undergoing a CT scan that gives new clues about his life and death, the clues which had not been found earlier. So these new clues, they came into being because of the CT scan. King Tut underwent a CT scan, and that gave new clues about his life and death and provides precise data for an accurate forensic reconstruction of the boyish pharaoh. Pharaoh means king. Boyish because he was just a boy when he died. So, who was boyish pharaoh? King Tut. So CT scan provides precise data. What is the meaning of precise? Exact, or we can say accurate, very accurate. So it provides precise data for an accurate forensic reconstruction. Forensic reconstruction means scientific proof and data related to solve the mystery of his death. So they were through this CT scan, the King Tut's death, the mystery of his death, it was reconstructed, scientifically reconstructed. As angry wind stirred up ghostly dust devils as King Tut, an angry wind stirred up ghostly dust devils as King Tut was taken from his resting place in the ancient Egyptian cemetery known as the Valley of the Kings. When King Tut was being taken from his cemetery, cemetery means his grave, at that time the wind was blowing with a great speed and it was moving the dust. It appeared that there was a dust storm, and this dust was looking like devils of dust, ghostly dust devils, which appeared like ghosts. And when King Tut, he was being taken from his resting place. Where was he resting? In the ancient Egyptian cemetery known as the Valley. It was the cemetery which was named Valley of the Kings. When he was being taken from that cemetery, at that time wind was blowing very fast, and there appeared dust devils. Dark bellied clouds had scudded across the desert sky all day and now were veiling the stars in cascade grey. The clouds were moving in the sky throughout the day, for the whole day, and scudded across. What is the meaning of scudded across? These were moving very fast across the sky because of the wind. So dark bellied clouds. It seems the author has personified the clouds. Dark bellied means these were very dark clouds. They had the belly, which means puffed up. So these clouds were moving in the sky throughout the day and now were veiling the stars in cascade grey, and these clouds were covering the stars. Veiling means covering. They were covering the stars in cascade grey in the dark sky. Casket means a box in which we keep our valuable things like jewelry items. So the stars are compared to jewels, and the sky has been compared to the sky has been compared to the box, the casket. So it appeared that the clouds were covering the stars in the sky, and as we keep our valuable things in a casket. It was 6 p.m. on 5th January 2005. The world's most famous mummy glided headfirst into a CT scanner brought here to probe the lingering medical mysteries of this little understood young rulers who died more than 3,300 years ago. It was 6 p.m. evening. It was a time of evening on 5th January. Date was 5th January 2005, when world's most famous mummy, it was Tut's mummy, it glided, mummy, dead body. The world's most famous mummy it glided head first into a CT scanner. It was taken into a CT scanner, and from the head was entering first. Brought here, the CT scanner had been brought here to probe the lingering medical mysteries of this little understood young ruler. To uh, solve the probe here means solve. So the CT scanner had been brought here to solve the lingering medical mysteries of this little understood young ruler. Who is the young ruler? King Tut. So it had been brought here to solve the lingering. Lingering means what? Delay, because the medical mysteries which had remained unsolved till this time. So the lingering word has been used for these mysteries because these had not been solved till this time. So there was a delay in solving the medical mysteries of this little. Who is little young ruler? King Tut, who died more than 3300 years ago. So the words most famous mummy, it glided. What is the meaning of glided? Moved smoothly and easily. So the mummy moved smoothly into the CT scanner. The CT scanner had been brought here to solve the medical mystery of his death. All afternoon, the usual line of tourists from around the world had descended into the crammed rock-cut tomb some 26 feet underground to pay their respects. All afternoon, there were tourists from around all over the world who had descended means come, who had come into the crammed here means narrow, crammed without sufficient place means the grave was narrow, the tomb was narrow, rock cut, which has been made by cutting rocks. Tomb, it was some 26 feet underground, and these tourists had come from all over the world to pay their homage to this young ruler. They gazed at the murals on the walls of the burial chamber and peered at Tut's gilded face, the most striking features of his mummy-shaped outer coffin lid. They gazed. They were looking. Gazing means looking continuously, staring. So they were gazing at the murals. Murals means pictures, we can say paintings, which were there on the wall of the burial chamber. Burial chamber, the room where he was being buried. Where he had been buried. So they were looking at the pictures, at the paintings on the walls of that room, and peered at Tut's gilded face. And they were looking. Peered means peeping, jhankna. So they were peeping at Tut's gilded face, which was covered with gold. Gilded means covered or coated with gold. The most striking feature of his mummy-shaped outer coffin lid, and his face, Tut's face, was the most important feature of his mummy-shaped coffin. Some visitors read from guidebooks in a whisper. Some visitors read from guidebooks in a whisper, and others stood silently, perhaps pondering Tut's untimely death in his late teens, or wondering with a shiver if the Pharaoh's curse, death or misfortune falling upon those who disturbed him, was really true. Some visitors read from the guidebooks. There were guidebooks, and they were reading from guidebooks, and they were whispering to each other. Others stood silently. Others, they were standing silently. Perhaps they were thinking. Pondering means thinking. Perhaps they were thinking about Tut's untimely death in his late teens. They were thinking about his untimely death because he was very young when he died. He was in his late teens, about 18 or 19 years old, or they were or wondering with a shiver if the Pharaoh's curse, death or misfortune falling upon those who disturb him, was really true. And they were wondering whether they were trembling if lest the Pharaoh's curse, Pharaoh king, king's curse, death or misfortune falling upon whosoever. They were shivering lest the king's curse was true or not, was really true, because it was Pharaoh's curse that whosoever will disturb him, he will either die or he will face misfortune. So they were trembling, they were afraid that if the Pharaoh's curse was really true. The mummy is in very bad condition because of what Carter did in 1920s, said Zahi Hawass, Secretary General of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities, as he leaned over the body for a long first look. The mummy is in very bad condition because of what Carter did in 1920. Zahi Hawass, he was the Secretary General of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities. What is the meaning of antiquities? These are the objects of ancient times. So Zahi Hawass, when he leaned over the body, when he bent over the body for having a look of the body. So when he bent over the body, he said that the mummy is in very bad condition, that the mummy has been very much damaged because of what Carter did, because of whatever Carter did with this mummy in 1920s. Who was Carter? Howard Carter, that is, was the British archaeologist who in 1922 discovered Tut's tomb after years of futile searching. Howard Carter, he was the British archaeologist, one who conducts scientific study of human antiquities. Antiquities, I have told earlier, these are the objects of ancient times. So जो उसकी स्टडी करता है, we call him archaeologist. So Howard Carter was the British archaeologist. He was the British archaeologist who he had discovered Tut's tomb in 1922 after years of futile searching. Futile means useless, vain. For years, many scientists, they tried to discover Tut's tomb, but their efforts were useless. So only Howard Carter, he discovered Tut's tomb. He was able to discover Tut's tomb in 1922. Its contents, though hastily ransacked in antiquity, were surprisingly complete. And the contents of the tomb, though these were ransacked hastily in a hurry, hastily means in a hurry, ransacked means searched thoroughly for destroying. These were searched thoroughly for destroying in a hurry. These were searched very hurriedly. But these contents of the mummy, these were surprising. Contents of the tomb, these were complete. No damage had been done to them. They remain the richest royal collection ever found and have become part of the pharaoh's legend. These contents of the tomb, they are the richest royal collection which has been found, and these have become part of the pharaohs of the king's legend. Stunning artifacts in gold, their eternal brilliance, meant to guarantee resurrection, caused a sensation at the time of the discovery and still get the most attention. Stunning artifacts in gold. What is the meaning of artifacts? Objects made by human workmanship. So, things, we can say things of art made by hand. So these are called artifacts. Stunning, which were astonishing, means very attractive artifacts in gold. Their eternal brilliance, their permanent shining, meant to guarantee resurrection. This guaranteed that their rebirth. It caused a sensation at the time of discovery when these artifacts had been discovered. At that time, these caused a sensation among people and still get the most attention, and still up to this time also the people are attracted towards these artifacts, towards these things of art made by hand. But Tut was also worried with everyday things he would want in the afterlife: board games, a bronze razor, linen undergarments, cases of food and wine. But King Tut, King Tut, when he was worried, everyday things which he would want, which he would need in the afterlife, in the life after death. So these things were also worried with King Tut. What were these things? Board games, just as chess. It is a game which is played on board. A bronze razor, linen undergarments, cases of food and wine. All these things were worried. King Tut was worried with everyday things, with the things which are used in routine, which he would need in his afterlife, in his life after death. So let's take a break and we will continue with the lesson tomorrow.